Hello, good morning, all of you. Sally, Shaun. Can you hear me, students? Okay, good. Okay, so look, students, today I'm going to discussing about the new chapter that is one of the major, right? Most of the reaction uh, we want to face this kind of oxidation and reduction. New chapter named by oxidation and reduction. Okay, so we can say that most of the chemical reaction will carried out through in the presence of oxidation and reduction procedure. Okay, so oxidation means what or reduction means what? You want to know the thing very clearly. Okay, so oxidation reduction, what is that? We can explain it with some example. Okay, then what do you mean by oxidation number? The perfect definition for oxidation and reduction, everything we will discuss here. Okay, while discussing something at a time, oxidation and reduction will happen at the same time. So that special type of reactions there is a special name is there. Okay, that is called redox reaction. So likewise, a lot of concept related to oxidation and reduction we want to study here. Okay, so it was a very good experience for you while you are preparing time also. Okay, so listen me what I'm telling. First one, oxidation number. Okay, what do you mean by oxidation number? Oxidation number is there. Okay, so actually it is the charge or real or imaginary, okay, which an atom appear to have when it is combination. Okay, when the atom is undergo combination, there is a special number. We can go through some examples so it's become more clear for you. Oxidation number. It may be whole number or fractional number. No problem. It's a whole number as well as a fractional number. There is a chance. Then some element here, suppose iron, they have a they will show different oxidation numbers also. Okay, so ferrous ion and ferric ion is there. Ferrous ion Fe plus 2, ferric ion Fe plus 2, ferrous ion Fe plus 3 is ferric ion. So we can say that it can show variable oxidation state also. That also a possibility. Okay. So we can go through one example, then it become helpful for you. Oxidation number. Suppose you want to find out MnO2 you have. Okay, MnO2, there is a thing. So here, oxygen, I think you know that valency related term. Oxygen have a possible valency. Can you tell me? Oxygen will accept the proton or remove the proton. What about the tendency? Oxygen or having atomic number 2, 6. So last number containing 6. So it has a tendency to accept or remove electron. Tell me. It has a tendency to accept electron or remove the electron. What do you think? How Sayali will remove? Sound. You are right. Okay, accept. Because Sayali, your concept, according to your concept, they are going to remove. How it will possible for the octet? It's very difficult, no? So it's not possible. So if you are ready to accept electron, it will accept 2 electron. Okay. So any element, it will ready to accept electron so that their oxidation number is minus in charge. Okay. Anything ready to remove? Anything ready to remove, it is in positive charge. Anything ready to accept, it is in negative charge. So in the case of oxygen, it is ready to accept electron. Okay, it is ready to accept electron. So during the acceptation, what about the charge? minus charge. So how many electron accepted by oxygen for getting stable? Stability means 8. 8 is there, and then only it will become stable. So how many electron is the oxygen going to accept? How many electron? Shaunam, how many electron? 2. So it will going to accept, never ready to remove. Some in the case of sodium, look students, sodium have a tendency to 8 1 is there, Anna. So sodium have a, for getting octet in the last shell containing octet. This is a stability factor. So some element have a tendency to remove the electron, some element have a tendency to accept electron. So here in the case of sodium, what happened? It will accept or remove. It will accept or remove. Tell me, student. Remove. Okay, it will accept, it will remove electron. So remove electron, according to my point of view, what I am telling that it has a positive or negative charge. Tell me, while removing electron, it has a positive or negative electron. Means charge become positive or negative. Removing, after removing an electron, it will get a positive. So how much positive charge? How many electron removed from sodium? 1. So that the charge with the specify the charge with the removed electron. Tell me, what about the charge and charge plus, this is the formula, charge plus how many electron removed or accepted? Removed or accepted. So tell me, how we will specify the sodium? Plus 1, correct. So Na, the oxidation charge means state of Na is plus 1. Why? Because it has a tendency to remove electron. That much clear, Anna? Okay. Now, next one. In the same manner, think about the oxygen, students. Sodium is plus 1, understood. So, in the same ways, tell me what about oxygen? What about oxygen? Tell me, plus. Minus 2, correct. Okay, in the case of oxygen is O2 minus. This is the format, because for getting the stability, it need to remove 2 electron, and then only it will form 2 minus. Okay, students, one more point. When it will happen? During the chemical reactions only. During the chemical reaction only it will happen. Okay, O2 minus will happen when during the participation of chemical reaction. Otherwise, it is as such as oxygen only. Okay, so that there is no more exchange of electron or acceptation of electron will not happen. Okay, this point you want to keep in your mind. Minus 2 for oxygen. Okay, some more consider you want to check. Suppose in the case of chlorine, what about the power? Oxidation power means removed and oxygen acceptation of oxygen become. Can you? For that, what do you want to do? You want to write down the electronic configuration 287. So for getting octet, it will accept electron or remove electrons. Tell me, students. Stability or octet formation, it will accept or remove. Accept electron. So how much accept? And the same time you want to specify the state also, oxidation state also here. Specify karo. Tell me how we will specify Cl oxidation state. Cl yeah, Cl minus 1, correct. Okay, Cl minus 1. So most of the halogens, like what are the halogen? Fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine. Most of the cases are minus 1, minus 1, minus 1, minus 1 condition, because they have the tendency to accept electron, means 1 electron only. That's why. Okay, so halogen is over. Another category in the case of calcium. Check karo, calcium. Calcium is 20, Anna. Calcium is 20 atomic number. So 82. According to subshell electronic configuration, yesterday we studied, na? That's why 2882 is the configuration. Then what about the oxidation state of calcium metal? Check karo students, it will accept or remove electron. That much only. Yes, right, Shayali, you are right. Calcium plus 2, Ca plus 2, okay. So Ca plus 2 means this electron is going to remove, so that it become 288 as a stable octet configuration. That's why. Clear? Very good. Then one more, magnesium. Try karo, magnesium. You want to find out the atomic number and then tell me the state. Magnesium is a metal like calcium. Sodium is plus 1 in nature. We already checked. Sodium is plus 1 in nature. Calcium is plus 2 in nature. So magnesium, what about magnesium? Chlorine is minus 1. Magnesium is plus 2, very good. Magnesium is plus 2 in nature, very good. Then one more thing, potassium. Check karo. Potassium check karo. What about potassium? Potassium is a metal. Cyalid, check karo cyalid. Potassium having charge. Confused. Shaunak? How my, yeah, Shaun, you are right. Sayali wrong. Why? 2, 8, 8, 1. This is the electronic configuration of potassium. In that 2, 8, 8, 1. Here, 1 have a tendency to remove. So how Sayali is become minus 1? There is no chance for minus 1, only plus 1 only. Right? Check karo, Sayali, correct that one. Yeah, now okay. So Sayali, silly mistake will create a complication while solving problem. Minus 1 instead of plus 1, minus 1 add kiya, solving the problem. That's why check karo how the one more trick. Most of the metal, okay, in the case of most of the metal has a tendency to remove electron. That's why most of the metals are electropositive in nature. Electropositive in nature of metal mainly due to they have a tendency to remove electron. That's why. Okay, the same time halogen, these are electronegative. Why electronegative? Because it has a tendency to accept electron. That's why it's become negative. Okay, then most of the metals are electropositive nature. So if you identify this is a metal, then definitely their oxidation state is a positive in nature. Okay, so individual one common oxygen you want to know, oxygen, hydrogen mainly plus 1 or minus 1 also possible according to the condition, hydrogen, but mainly H plus 1 in nature. Okay, hydrogen is plus 1 in nature, sodium, potassium, magnesium, so everything is related to plus 1 and plus 2 each other. Calcium is plus 2 in condition. Then sulfur, can you check the sulfur, students? Last one, sulfur. 2, 8, 6. Sulfur, oxygen, everything in the same category. So sulfur, tell me. -2, correct. Sulfur is in -2, na? So easily you can find out. Okay, but now you are familiar to how to find out this individual thing. But suppose it is in a question. Question means suppose KMnO4. KMnO4. Here, how you will find it out? Manganese ka oxidation number. Is it possible? I will give you a trick. Look, suppose potassium you know +1, oxygen is -2. This manganese you want to find out. Okay, so Mn is equal to what? This is our state. So what you want to do? There is a special equation for you. Look, students. Here potassium you know +1 plus manganese you don't know, so you want to put X. Okay, you don't know, that's why you can put here as an X. And the remaining oxygen -2 per 1 oxygen. So here 4 oxygen. So -2 into 4, that is equal to -8, which is equal to 0. You want to generate like this kind of an equation. Okay, so +1 plus a manganese you don't know. So put here as an X, and then plus 1 per 1 oxygen is -2. Here 4 oxygen atoms are there. So -2 into 4, that is equal to -8, which is equal to 0. And then you can calculate here X. You can find out X. X is equal to. So you can change in that side 8. Here also -1. So which is equal to 7. So 7 is the manganese oxidation state is +7 in the case of KMnO4. Okay, in case of KMnO4, manganese having the oxidation state is +7, not -7, +7, students. Clear? Understood? Okay, once again you can revise the same thing. How? Once again revise karo, and then I will give another question for you. Okay, check. Sally. Okay, everybody is okay, na? No problem. So once again check karo. Okay, students, let us start. Ready? Can I give next question? Okay. Suppose you want to find out H2SO4, you have H2SO4. Find out the oxidation state of sulfur. Sulfur oxidation state. Find out karo. H2SO4, here hydrogen you know, +1 karo. So oxygen is -2. So find out X. X is Sayali telling that X is equal to 6. Let us check. Okay. So here students, 2 plus X minus 8. So X is equal to 8 minus 2, which is equal to 6. Right. Sayali, you are right. +6. Okay. Shaunak, okay. Both have X. Okay, no problem. 6. Very good. Another question, one more question. K2, Cr2, O7. Here, chromium के लिए. Chromium, Ca2, Cr2, O7. Check करो how you want to change, make change. K2, Cr2, O7. Sahil is telling the 12. Okay. Did you check it properly? I don't think so. 12 is very big number. So what about Shaunak? Your guess, your answer? Very good. Maybe 6. Sayali, maybe 6. We can check. Okay. So here potassium is 2. So 2 plus chromium. Chromium for 1 chromium is X. 2 chromium is there. So you want to substitute is 2X. Okay. Plus okay. 14. Right? 14. So 2X plus 2x 12 n is there. Okay, so x is equal to 12 by divided by the 6. Here is positive 12. 2 minus 14 is 12. So x is equal to 12 divided by 2, that is equal to 6. 6 is your answer, Sayali. I think your answer becomes 6 due to you are taking here instead of 2x you have to maybe x. So the answer becomes 12. Okay, so correct your thing. 6. 6 is the correct answer, right? So now you are able to do each and every oxidation number very quickly. I'm understood. Okay, so we can move to some generalization and all, term wise. First one, students, first one oxidation number, now you are familiar. Second one, oxidation. What do you mean by oxidation? There is a term is there, oxidation. And reduction is also there, reduction. Okay, so oxidation, reduction is there. So oxidation means, first point, it is the addition of oxygen. Okay, lot of terminology we have. Before that, study this properly. Oxidation means addition of oxygen, removal of hydrogen, removal of electron, okay, removal of electropositive element, okay, removal of electropositive element, then maybe another one is addition of electronegative element. Okay, addition of electronegative element, removal of electropositive element. Okay, loss of electron will, removal of electron or loss of electron will happen here. Then oxidation number become increase, increasing oxidation number become increase. So what I am telling, oxidation will happen in time now, addition of oxygen. Okay, so addition of oxygen will happen, removal of hydrogen will happen, removal of electron will happen, removal of electropositive element, addition of electronegative element means what? Chlorine, fluorine, they can add. Okay, electropositive means sodium, potassium, calcium, they are metal. Most of the metals are electropositive in nature. So they have a tendency to remove, or while during a chemical reaction, while we are checking the oxidation number, so here suppose A having +2 is the oxidation number. A reacted with C is 0 and then converted into D plus E. So D plus E means D is having +1, E is equal to -1. Okay, look students, here A having, sorry, same element A here maybe and same element C also here maybe, suppose in the presence of that element. Okay, so A having +2 here, after a chemical reaction is going to +1, so increase or decrease? +2 to +1, increase or decrease? Oxidation number become increase or decrease? Tell me. +2 to +1 is increase or decrease? Decrease, of course. So in the case of C having 0 in the initial means reactant level is converted to -1 is increase or decrease? Here in the case of C come here, C, look, increase or decrease? 0 to -1, so increase or decrease? Of course decrease. So can you tell me, this is what kind of reaction, oxidation or reduction? Oxidation means increasing oxidation number now, so it may be a chance of oxidation or reduction. Tell me. Reduction we not able to define, but this is oxidation and reduction is just opposed to that. So definitely Sayal is telling reduction. Yes, this is a kind of reduction. Understood? That's why this is the meaning. Increasing oxidation number. Suppose here is +2, here become +3. So increasing oxidation number, that's why it is a kind of oxidation reaction. This is an oxidation reaction, but C to C -1. It is a reduction reaction because oxidation number is going to reduce. That's why it's a reduction. This one is oxidation. Clear, students? Clear? Okay. So now we are going to the reduction. What are the terminology? What are the characteristic figures of reduction? Just opposite, you want to study it properly, students. Okay. So reduction. In the case of reduction, addition of oxygen. So addition of hydrogen is possible. Addition of hydrogen is called a reduction. Removal of hydrogen ke place removal of oxygen is possible. Removal of oxygen is possible. Then removal of electron means addition of electron is possible. Then removal of electropositive element is addition of electropositive element is possible. Okay, addition of electropositive element is possible. Then addition of electronegative element is possible. Means in the same time removal of electronegative element. Removal of electronegative element is possible. Decreasing oxidation number. Okay, decreasing oxidation number. These why I am writing is perfectly because these have a very good value. That's why while you are checking this reaction is an oxidation or reduction, that time definitely you want to know the following terms. Okay, that's why addition of hydrogen, removal of oxygen, addition of electron, addition of electropositive element, then removal of electronegative. Electronegative element means chlorine, fluorine, like this. Electropositive means metals. Most of the metals are electropositive in nature. They have a tendency to remove electron. They will donate electron. That's why. Okay. So metals are there. So study these things point very quickly. Okay, I think now you are familiar with what do you mean by oxidation, what do you mean by reduction. Then one more reaction is called redox reaction. Are you familiar with the redox reaction? At a time, both oxidation and reduction will happen. Okay, yeah. So at a time, both oxidation and reduction will happening in the same reaction, that is called a redox reaction. Oxidation plus reduction will happening in the same time. That kind of reaction is called redox reaction. Yes. So that also you want to study redox reaction. First of all, oxidation means what? Addition of oxygen, remove. Here, removal of electron. This is very important. Electron case is very important. Okay, removal of electron is very important. Okay. Others are also important. Oxidation means addition of oxygen is very easy for memorizing. Means addition of oxygen only. Here addition of hydrogen very easy for memorization. But while during the chemical reaction, you want to check the change in positive or negative. So in that case, electron is moving from one side to other side. No? So removal of electron in one side is oxidation. Then another one, this removal of electron is there. Suppose something, look, in the case of sodium Na0, it was in the initial state, it was Na0. But after the removal of one electron, it become Na plus Na, students. So oxidation state is 0 to plus 1 aya. So that it is increasing oxidation number. That's why increasing oxidation number. So it is an example for oxidation. This reaction is an example for oxidation. Clear? That's why removal of electron. Understood? Can I wrap? Okay. Redox reaction, keep it in your mind. Okay, so next we want to check one by one. What do you mean by oxidant? What do you mean by reductant? And all. Some reagent is there. It is act as a reducing agent. Okay, oxidizing agent, reducing agent. We want to study that also. Oxidizing agent and reducing agent. Another term. Okay, an agent will helping us for the oxidation. Oxidation, an agent will helpful for the oxidation. That agent is called what? Oxidizing agent. An agent will helpful for reduction. That agent is called reducing agent. This much only. Okay, it will helpful for oxidation. Helpful for oxidation. Here also helpful for reduction. Then students, this is my question. Now you are able to know what do you mean by oxidizing agent? Mean it will helpful for oxidation. Then reducing agent mean it will helpful for reduction. No problem. The concept is clear. My question is that then how it will help? For oxidation, there should be removal of electron. So what about the role of oxidizing agent? It will accept electron, it will remove electron. This is my question. Oxidation means what? Oxidation means it is a method helpful for removal of electron. Okay, so but in this definition wise, it will helpful for oxidation means oxidizing agent. So my question is that oxidizing agent means it will accept electron or it will remove electron. For example, A is with you, A. Okay, and then oxidizing agent is also A plus oxidizing agent or something, then forming a product. So oxidation is happening here. So what about the role of oxidizing agent? Oxidation will happening in the A. A undergo oxidation. Okay. So with the A is with the OA. OA is oxidizing agent. So this agent will helpful for, that is my question. Can you guess? It will accept electron, it will remove electron. This is my question. Think. Tell me an answer. Shaunak. Sayali telling that it will accept electron. Right, you are right. Why? Because oxidizing agent is with you. Okay. It will have a tendency to remove electron. Okay. Oxidizing agent will remove electron. So that have a tendency to remove when this oxidizing agent will accept electron. This will undergo oxidation when the oxidizing agent will have a tendency to accept that electron, then only this become possible. Clear enough? So that oxidizing agent is always, it is acting as a helpful for oxidation. Also it will undergo reduction. We can tell it is undergo reduction. This much you want to know. Reduction undergoes reduction. Here, can you tell this one? Very important. Reduction means accepting or removing. Reduction means accepting or removing electron. Tell me, students. Accepting. So, Sayali is telling that the role of reducing agent is accepting. Means accepting electron. So that I am also telling that oxidizing agent undergo reduction. Is it correct? Oxidizing agent will undergo reduction. Is it correct? Is it correct? Reduction means accepting electron. So oxidizing agent will undergo reduction. Is it correct or not? Tell me, yes or no? Yes or no? Tell me. I am checking your understanding. That's why, students. Tell me. Oxidizing agent will undergo oxidation. Sorry, oxidizing agent will helpful for oxidation, but it can undergo reduction. Is it correct? Yes, because it has a tendency to accept electron. Accept electron. So the term reduction is for accepting electron. So everything is matching. Okay, no problem. Reducing agent helpful for reduction. So reducing agent undergo oxidation or reduction. This reducing agent is why, how we can check? Reducing agent means it's undergo oxidation or reduction. Oxidation. Okay, this much enough, students. Otherwise it's become more complicated for you. In my point of view, this much enough. If you can easily judge oxidizing agent means what? Helpful for oxidation, and the reducing agent is helpful for reduction, and then oxidizing agent be helpful for oxidation means it's undergo reduction. Ulta, just opposite. Okay, here reducing agent means it will undergo oxidation, then only it become matching. Okay, clear? Understood? Okay. Oh, sorry. Oxidizing agent is example. Reducing agent. Have some example is also oxidizing agent. KMNO4. KMNO4 is an oxidizing agent. K2Cr2O7 is an oxidizing agent. I think these are familiar for you. So K2Cr2O7, KMNO4, KiO3. Okay, MnO2, manganese dioxide, MnO2 is an oxidizing agent. Then H2O2, hydrogen peroxide is an oxidizing agent. Okay, KMNO4, K2Cr2O7, KiO3, FeCl3. These will undergo oxidation. Hydrogen ion, H plus ion will undergo oxidation. So, lot of things. Okay. Mainly we can say that ions, atoms are present in higher oxidation states will undergo oxidation and okay, so like that. So another question, another example for reduction, reducing agent. Are you familiar with any reducing agent, students? Do you know? Reducing agent, example for reducing agent. Do you know? Shanak? Do you know? Example for reducing agent? Sayali? Yes or no, tell me. If you don't know, tell me directly, no problem. We are studying now. Do you know? Sayali? You know? Example for reducing agent. Yes or no, students? Don't know? Can you hear me, students? Hello? Lithium. Lithium is not a answer. Okay, some agent is there, special category is there. Okay, suppose okay, lithium aluminum hydride is a good reducing agent, LiAlH4. Okay, also sodium is also a good reducing agent. Okay, and then calcium H2 NaBH4, sodium borohydride NaBH4, sodium borohydride, lithium aluminum hydride, sodium. These are the Fe. Oh, Sayal is telling FeCl2. But commonly carbon COH2S, carbon COH2S, okay, these are under the category, not FeCl2. FeCl3 is an oxidizing agent. Okay. Maybe FeCl2, you want to check. Okay, it's according to the reaction condition and all. Then SnCl2 is possible. SnCl2 is a very good. Okay, Sayali. SnCl2 is a stannous chloride. Okay. So reducing agent is also called reductant. This is another name is reductant. Oxidizing agent, another name is oxidant. Okay. So in suppose in your question they will ask identify oxidant, identify reductant. So you want to able to judge clearly oxidant, reductant, like that. Okay. Can I wrap? Can I wrap? Ammonia also a good reducing agent. Good. Sayali. Then, okay, this much okay? Okay, but some other reagent that will helpful for both oxidation and reduction. Like O3, ozone, okay, O3, H2O2, hydrogen peroxide, NO2, SO2, sulfur dioxide, nitrogen dioxide, hydrogen peroxide, ozone, O3 for ozone. Okay, keep it in your mind. O3 for ozone, hydrogen peroxide, NO2, SO2. These, what happens? These will undergo both oxidation as well as reduction. That's right. Okay, it will undergo both oxidation and reduction. This is called O3. Clear? Okay. Are you familiar with balancing an equation, students? Balancing an equation. Do you know how to balance an equation? Tell me. Saurak, what do you think? Okay, so both everybody know how to balance. Good. So, balancing of equation, it can go into two types. Ion electron method is there. Oxidation number method is also there. Oxidation number method. Okay. So keep these points in your mind. Free halogen is there, Anna. Alkali metals on oxidation give a metallic ion with a +1 oxidation state. Alkali metal. Alkaline medium, something is reduced into some other condition. Okay, so we want to check one by one. Okay, what is that? One more thing, oxidation number and oxidation state will it will decide the given is acid or base or intermediate or amphoteric in nature. Okay, amphoteric means what? What do you mean by amphoteric? Amphoteric means what, students? Any idea? Any idea about amphoteric? Shavna, you are right. Okay. So something will behave both basic and acidic in nature. That condition is called amphoteric in nature. Okay. Suppose basic condition, amphoteric condition, and then acidic condition. Here, basic condition means the oxidation state is there, the oxidation, very low oxidation state. Low oxidation state. Okay, low oxidation state is, most of them are under the category of basic. Intermediate state, not high, not low, but intermediate. Intermediate state is called amphoteric in nature. Acidic state means it will high oxidation state. High oxidation state. Okay, keep it in your mind, very important. Basic, most of the basic are low oxidation state in nature, amphoteric are intermediate in condition, and then acidic is high oxidation state in nature, right? So that we can check through. I will giving you one set. This is a problem for you. I am providing you some set, then you want to march down. Okay, MnO2, MnO, Mn2O7. Can you match the following? Basic, out of these one is basic, out of that one is amphoteric, out of this one is high oxidation state, acidic in nature. So can you match the following? What do you want to do? Oxygen, you know, check the oxidation state of manganese. Oxidation state of manganese check karo, and then decide what is acidic, what is basic, what is means amphoteric in nature. Then tell me. You know how to find out oxidation state of manganese properly. So with the help of that trick, find out manganese here, because common manganese is there. Look here. Otherwise you can check oxidation state of oxygen, no problem. Okay, you can check oxidation state of oxygen, or you can check manganese, no problem. Then tell me which one is acidic, which one is basic. Mn, Zan is telling MnO is basic. Oh, then what about amphoteric, Sally? MnO is basic, correct. Then what about amphoteric and acidic? Amphoteric MnO2, you're telling, na? Okay, very good. Then what about acidic? Acidic is, look, here it is around oxidation state of manganese is what? Metallic oxidation state. Can you predict the oxidation state also manganese? What about manganese here? Shaunak, tell me manganese oxidation state here. Basic condition. Basic condition is MnO. Okay. Amphoteric is MnO2. But acidic is Mn2O7. This is the condition. So tell me. Mn. MnO2. What about this oxidation state of manganese? Check karo very quickly. 7. This is plus 7. Then what about MnO? What about MnO? फटाफट MnO. Tell me, students, quickly. Siali, again confusion, is a metal and a siali. So is it possible for manganese is -2? Check it once again, quickly. Oxygen is -2. Okay, you are, check once again. X plus -2 is equal to 0. So manganese is +2 oxidation state, not minus. You are telling that minus now. Minus is wrong. So +2 here. What about here? Mn2? Mn2O7 is what? Sally? 5, na? Let us check. Means 2x plus. Check Sayali. Okay. Then check. What about Mn2O7? 5 is wrong. 2 is correct. Plus 2 is correct. Okay. Correct that. Then what about this one? Mn2O7. Manganese. What about manganese? Shaun? Ma'am, in MnO2 oxidation state of Mn is +4. MnO2. Wait a second. Wait a second. X plus 14. Sorry. X plus correct. Very good. Shauk, Sayali, again if you want to correct that is +4. +4 is nature. +4. Correct. Not +1. Then tell me MnO2 is the right answer, Shauna. +2 na. What about your answer, Shaun? MnO. Correct. Then Mn2O7. Did you check properly? Not 6, 7. 2x is equal to 14. So x is equal to 14 upon 2, that is equal to 7. So look students, here in the basic condition, oxidation state become +2. Okay. In intermediate state, oxidation state is +4. But in acidic state, oxidation state is +7. Okay. So with the help of this equation, we can conclude that basic condition very low oxidation state. Then amphoteric condition is an intermediate between +7 and plus is not high, not low, like this. Okay. And an acidic condition is very high, +7. Clear? This much clear? Any doubt? Any doubt? Another one more thing, free element is there, like hydrogen, like free element oxidation state is always 0. Okay, you already know. Then oxidation of allotrope is also allotrope. Allotrope of carbon. Carbon allotrope, do you know? Diamond, then fullerenes, graphite are the allotrope of carbon. So allotropes are also 0 oxidation state. Clear? Allotrope are also 0 oxidation state. Then Sayali, do you have any doubt? Sayali, what you are telling? Yes, ma'am means? Any doubt? Sayali, do you have any doubt? Sayali, can you hear me? Do you have any doubt? Okay. No. Then oxidation state of allotrope is 0. Okay, no doubt. The oxidation state is free element is 0. Homonuclear molecule is 0. Okay. Oxidation number of fluorine in compound is fluorine. Tell me. Oxidation number of fluorine in compound is halogen family. Na? So fluorine is in. Tell me. Fluorine, fluorine, chlorine, bromine. Oxidation state of fluorine is in? Tell me, students. Fluorine. Halogen, na? Oxidation state of fluorine is? Sound, Sally. Hello? Can you hear me, student? Fluorine oxidation state, fluorine. -1. Okay, fluorine is -1 in nature. And then hydrogen. Hydrogen. Most commonly hydrogen is hydrogen. What about hydrogen? +1. Except metal hydride. Okay. In the case of metal hydride, what do you mean by metal hydride? Metal hydride means metal with the hydrogen, like that. Okay. So metal is positive charge, hydrogen should be negative charge. Na? So in the case of metal hydride, hydrogen is in -1 charge. Okay. So sodium hydride is a metal hydride. Sodium have +1, hydrogen have -1. Okay. But in the case of HCl, +1 hydrogen, -1 chlorine, like this. Okay. So hydride condition, hydrogen is in -1. Okay. Keep that also. Alkali metals, most of the alkali metal means first S block element in S block elements can come by classified into alkali and alkaline earth. So alkali metal, sodium, lithium, sodium, potassium, rubidium, and then here beryllium, magnesium, calcium, strontium, barium, and like this. So these are +1 in oxidation state. Most of them, this one is magnesium, calcium is +2. Okay, that also you can note down, +2. Alkali metal is +1. Alkaline earth metals are +2. Okay, so can you check Fe3O4 I am giving you. Fe3O4. Want to check the oxidation state of Fe. Fe, what about the Fe oxidation state? Check karo. Oxidation state of Fe. First, oxidation state is either is a fractional number or whole number. Okay, is a whole number as well as a fractional real number, whole number or fractional number. Both have a chance. So that you want to find out Fe3O4. Fe oxidation state. Do it now. Yes, Sayali, right. 8 by 3. Why 8 by 3? Let's check. Okay. Here, Fe3. So 3x plus 8 is equal to 0. So 3x is equal to 8. So x is equal to 8 by 3. Very easy. 8 by 3. Okay. Very good, students. Next one. So this much is enough for you. Okay. That point, wise point you want to familiar. Then next, that is a big concept related to titration and all. Okay, so this is related to your means mainly related to your practical concept. Okay, volumetry, gravimetry, lot of practical concept is there. If you, while finding out the volume of some substance, you can easily identify how much amount of substance present in it. Okay, I will explain it with some example. Practical chemistry, okay, while lab. Equivalent concept, another topic is equivalent concept. Before that, I am giving a small introduction related to your practical, for your practical chemistry information, that much only, students. Okay, suppose this much of apparatus you want to familiar. Okay, what are they? This is a long tube, okay, with a opening here. Here is a, it can, if suppose it will rotate it here and there with the help of this knob, it will open, same time it will close. In this manner close, in this manner open, okay, in this manner open, in this manner close, like this, okay. So this is an opening is here. Do you know this one? What do you mean by this apparatus? Are you familiar with this apparatus, students? What is this? Lot of reading is also there. 50 ml, 50, 40 ml, 20 ml, sorry, 30 ml, okay, 20 ml, 100, 10 ml, like that. Do you know this one? What is this apparatus? It's a volumetric apparatus, means volumetric. Volumetric. Are you familiar this one? Crystal funnel? No. It's a burette. What is this? Burette. Okay, this is called a burette. So, like this. Then this is another apparatus. I think you are familiar. What is this, students? Here also measuring 1 liter, 2 liter. What is this apparatus? Flask, but conical flask. This is called what? Conical flask. Okay. Okay, identify. These are the main apparatus for volumetric titration. Titration is a procedure. Okay. So for that, suppose the experiment is happening in your lab. Okay, so your teacher, chemistry teacher, is suggesting that I'm giving you a unknown sample. This is a small beaker. In the beaker, your ma'am, okay, suppose I'm your teacher, then I'm ready to give some sample. Okay, this is an unknown sample, UK. Unknown sample means UK, unknown solution is there. Okay, then I'm suggesting you want to find out how much amount of sample present in it. Okay, how much amount of substance? Suppose this is a oxalic acid. Oxalic acid is a chemical. Okay, I am providing you an oxalic acid. Not oxalic acid. Suppose this is a solution is HCl, having HCl, hydrochloric acid. So you want to find out how much about the weight of the solute present dissolved in the solution. How much at a solution preparation time? This is a beaker. Beaker, into the beaker we are adding some solute and then add water. Then only solution will prepare. That solution is here. Unknown sample, but you don't know how much weight of HCl is present in it. Okay, how much HCl is present in it. So for that purpose, with the help of volumetry titration, we can easily find out with the help of this apparatus. Burette and conical flask is major one, and pipette is also there. Pipette. This is another very famous apparatus. Okay, pipette having also 20 ml pipette is available, 10 ml pipette is available. Okay, so this is pipette, this is burette. So with the help of pipette, you can suck. With the help of the pressure, you want to suck now while straw, using your straw. So you are sucking. That's why the water will enter from the lower to higher level. Now, the same time, with the help of this pipette, you can suck the thing and then water become maintained here. According to 20 reading, you want to 20 maintain the reading 20. So you can suck up to 20 and then straw. The remaining water you can eliminate. Okay, no problem. So that kind of apparatus is called a pipette. Pipette, this one, this is burette, this is conical flask. Okay, so the volumetric titration with the help of this kind of famous apparatus. So that what happened? Now, next condition, with the help of pipette, some amount of substance is sucked and then collected into this kind of beaker. With the help of this pipette, some amount of, suppose acid and alkali is undergo titration. Suppose NaOH is the base. That NaOH is the base and HCl is the acid. Okay. So what about the complete neutralization means NaOH combined together, HCl forming what? NaCl plus water and students. Salt plus water will form. This is base, this is acid. Acid base combined together and then forming salt plus water will form. Okay, so with the help of this neutralization reaction, neutralization means what? How much water H plus is there, that much OH minus will generate. These completely combined together and forming a water. That reaction is called what? Neutralization reaction. Suppose we are conducting a neutralization reaction in the presence of acid and base like NaOH and HCl, we can use this one. Okay, so what do you want to do? Burette. Burette, you want to completely 50 ml of burette set with HCl. First, this is your first procedure. First HCl. And then here in the here in the beaker with the help of this pipette, 20 ml of sodium hydroxide is measured and then poured into this beaker. Okay, here burette containing HCl and then 20 ml of 50 ml of HCl is titrated with the NaOH, how much ml? 20 ml NaOH is there. Okay, so you are starting to open the knob and then shaking very thoroughly. Suppose this is the beaker, open the nozzle and then in your beaker having, not beaker, mainly conical flask is using, conical flask. Okay, so conical flask, that conical flask is very handling easy. So this conical flask, they can drop by drop, HCl is powered into NaOH solution. Okay, so it will shake thoroughly during the shaking, as well as one of the hand should be in the nozzle of here. So you can open and then thoroughly shaking NaOH in that time. This is called titrant. Titration using HCl is a titrant, adding to NaOH. Na? So complete shaking. After a moment, the reading is come from around 19.1 ml up to 19.1 ml, reaching here, lower area. 19.1 ml. Suppose NaOH in the initial stage, NaOH is in the colorless condition. Colorless. Okay. But after some time, the color means after it is the reading is reaching into 19.1 ml. What happened? There is a pink. Okay, one more thing. You want to add indicator also before starting the reaction. Okay, NaOH is powered 20 ml. You want to add a phenolphthalein. Phenolphthalein as your indicator. Okay, so phenolphthalein you can add here. In that add phenolphthalein adding to NaOH, the color become pink color. Okay, in the initial stage, 20 ml of NaOH, added phenolphthalein, 2-3 drops. Okay, in that time, you can see that there is a pink color is occurring. Okay, then again complete shaking and this will continue. In that time, you can see that the pink color is converted into colorless. Pink color converted into colorless. That point is called 19.1 ml reading. Up to the 19.1 ml reading, what happened? The color of the pink color is converted into colorless. Okay, you want to note the reading 90.1 ml pink color converted into colorless. So this is called the end point. This is called what? End point. It means neutralization is completely means finished. How much H plus OH? That much H plus ON is combined with the OH ions of base. The neutralization reaction is happened. Okay, so the end point means neutralization is done. Okay. This much point you want to memorize. The point in the titration where the indicator changes color in terms end point. Okay. With the help of that end point substituted into some equation, you will get the weight of the substance dissolved in a lot of information you will get. So upcoming chapter, we can revise these points. Okay. What are the other indicator? Do you know any other name of indicator? Familiar for you? Do you know, students? One is phenolphthalein. What about other indicator? Phenolphthalein is an indicator. What about other indicator? Do you know? Shout. What about other indicators? Do you know? Phenolphthalein is an indicator. Shaunak, tell me. Methyl orange is another indicator. Okay. Methyl orange is another type of methyl orange. Litmus paper is also a famous indicator. Litmus paper. Okay. Litmus paper also a famous indicator. Methyl orange also famous indicators. Lot of indicators are available. Methyl orange, litmus paper. Okay. Phenolphthalein. Then another one is methyl red. Okay. Then quinhydron. Okay. Different volumetric titration. Most of them are different. One small law is there. Law of chemical equivalence. This is last point. Law of chemical equivalence. Okay. According to law of chemical equivalence, what they are telling, it states that in any chemical reaction, the equivalence of all the reactant and product must be same. The equivalence of all the reactant and product must be same. Equivalence of all the reactant and product are same. That condition is called a law of chemical equivalence. Okay, law of chemical equivalence. Law of chemical equivalence. Then how we can express? Suppose reagent and product are same. 2A plus B gives C. Okay, 2A plus B, 3B, suppose 3B. 3B is equal to gives 4C. Suppose 2A plus 3B gives 4C. So according to law of equivalence, all the reactant product are same. So what do you mean by according to that law? Equivalence of A is equal to equivalence of B, which is equal to equivalence of C. Okay. So equivalence of A, equivalence means what? Equivalence is finding out with the help of an equation, number of moles of A into n factor. Number of moles of A, equivalence of A means number of moles of A into n factor. So this equation is very important. Okay, number of moles of A into n factor, equivalence of A we are finding. Wait, okay, n factor means what? Number of moles. I think you are familiar. Number of moles. How many number of moles are present in A? Then n factor means it is a in case of n factor means in case of acid, number of replaceable H plus are called n factor in the case of acid. In the case of base, number of replaceable OH minus. In the case of salt, total number of positive or total number of negative ions. Total number of negative ions or total number of positive ions in a salt. Suppose HCl. In the case of HCl, NaOH, NaCl. These are the example. Okay. Can you tell me, Shaunak, what do you mean by, what about the n factor of HCl? How much? N factor means number of replaceable H. How many H plus are available here? HCl. In HCl, how many H plus are available? Can you? Shaunak? 1. That's why n factor of HCl is 1. Okay, n factor of HCl is 1. Then what about in the case of number of replaceable OH minus in NaOH? Can you tell? How many? What about the n factor? That is equal to n factor is in the acid, base, salt are like this. Okay, these are the condition. N factor. Then tell me n factor for number of replaceable OH minus in NaOH. What about the n factor? N factor. Here n factor is equal to 1. What about here? Here also 1. Then what about the total number of positive ion or not to add total number of positive ion or total number of negative ion present in the salt? NaCl is a salt. So what about the n factor of NaCl? Positive ion or negative ion? NaCl. Can you guess? Shauna, positive ion and negative ion in NaCl. Simple enough. Shaun, what about your answer? Tell me. NaCl, Na plus Cl minus na. Okay, so total number of positive ion is of course 1 only, or negative ion also 1. Okay, both are 1. Okay, students, I think this much only my class related to this is a means starting, okay. What do you mean by volumetric titration wise? Oxidation number, oxidation state, reduction, oxidation, reducing agent, oxidizing agent. Okay, I think little bit okay for you, but in the upcoming section you will study each and everything very clearly, properly. Okay, any doubt? Anything with the same thing? Shaun, any doubt? Okay. So anyway, this much only. Thank you so much. Bye.